Hello everyone, welcome to the tutorial on how to properly attack a base in Rise of Empires. Now, if you're not new to the game, you're probably familiar with this technique. You know everything about COP KEs and how resource demanding they are. The point of KE or kill event is to score an amount of points to open up your chests, whether is it a state KE if you're a new state or against another server in a COP KE. So I'm gonna show you a tip on how to properly attack and prepare for an attack, not blindly go and cause yourself to lose more than you gain. Depending also on the strength of your castle, you might use this technique differently if you feel more comfortable with staying in one spot. But what I've learned that even though my castle is maxed right now, there are still people that will come in and burn you badly. So the most important thing is to be quick. You have to find your target. For example, I will look for targets that are, these are all my farms. I will look for targets that are maybe a tier of troops below mine, but really thick in power. That they have a lot of power, a lot of troop power for no apparent reason. Those are the best targets for a KE. Those are the ones you should mark before the KE starts. First, you find a castle. Let's say we want to attack this one, right? You look around to see any gathering troops like this one right here. You want to make sure that the nearest gathering troops are not the ones that belong to this specific castle, because if they do, you will most likely not have a lot to take out and you will not score a lot of points. So, okay, let's say, the target has no gathering troops out, has, let's say for me, that would be like 9-10 million power. Okay, so I want to find a spot next to it. 4 squares. You can also port on top of monsters. So I see 4 squares right here. I want to make sure that I have a random teleport. You cannot use random teleport if your troops are out of your castle. You need to wait for all of your troops to return before you can actually activate the random teleport. So I found a target over here. I want to make sure my legions are ready. Okay, it's a full legion. This is a full legion. Both of them calves. Calves are the fastest. Archers are the strongest legions in the game currently until later on in the game when new heroes come out. But when it comes to speed and when it comes to taking resources from other players, the best bet is to go with cavalry because they're the fastest and the opponents who are trying to defend has the least amount of time to port in and try and hit you on time before you get out of the basically hit zone. So let me demonstrate the attack. First, you want to port really close to the target. Once you port, you're sending the attack as you're porting in. You're not waiting for your castle to show up. You're not waiting to see where you're sitting or anything. You attack right away. The moment you attack, you will go into your backpack, get to your random port, press use, and wait until on the screen it tells you that your troops have returned. As soon as your troops have returned, you're ready to port out and get out of the way of a possible attack. So let me demonstrate that. It ported you out of the way because what happens is as soon as you attack, the news section of the game will show that you attacked somebody if a sufficient power was taken from that player. So if you show up, people like me, for example, wait for the news to light up. You can be sitting like this, and where the chat is, the news will light up. Once the news light up, you press on it, and it will take you right to where the attack happened. You have an X amount of seconds to port in and hit the person who was hitting somebody else. More often than not, people do not use this technique properly, and they do end up getting hit. So it takes a little bit of practice before you can actually use it effectively. Also, far more costly way to fight is if you find your match somebody who might be able to burn you with their top legion, but you can still take out their other legions. So if they attack you, instead of randomly porting or porting away, you will port next to them. Like, let's say the castle was here, right? There's 4 squares. They send an attack on you, you immediately would port over here and send an attack on them before their troops have the time to come back. Now, they might use the same technique, and that's how the most expensive battles happen between usually large players who spend. If you do not want to spend, if you're trying to protect your state, if you're trying to protect your alliance, but can still get hit badly by somebody else, the best bet is to use the technique that I just showed you. Thank you all, and have a good day.